We tackled the top stories and news of the day. Hi, everyone. It's Brian Kilmeade, inviting you to join me weekdays at 11 on Talk 107.3.
No more mold, no more damage, no more outdated old bathroom, no more slipping and hurting, no more stress. Make your ordinary bathroom extraordinary for only $99 per month. New shower, new door, new tub, new wall, new anti-slip technology. Be stress-free. Call 800-770-5322. BCI Bath and Shower is made in America for the highest quality. Ask about our military and senior discounts. Your dream bathroom in as little as one day. First 50 callers save $1,500 on a never-clear glass treated door. Call now for free premium color upgrades. 800-770-5322. Call BCI Bath and Shower, the leader in bathroom remodeling. Be smart, safe, and stay a step ahead of inflation with our interest-free financing options. Call 800-770-5322. Love your bathroom with free upgrades. Call 800-770-5322. That's 800-770-5322.
Protect your retirement. The Presley Group time, 6 o'clock.
WBRP Baker, Baton Rouge. WTGE HD2, Baton Rouge. Talk 107.3 FM.
From ABC News, I'm Dave Packer. A deadly terror attack on a synagogue in Manchester, England. The brutal violence happening on Yom Kippur, the holiest day of the year for the Jewish community. The suspect ramming a car into a crowd, then going on a stabbing rampage. ABC's Kira Phillips has more.
Authorities say the suspect, whose identity has yet to be released, was wearing a vest with the appearance of an explosive device, and police shot and killed him within 7 minutes. UK's Prime Minister Keir Starmer saying he's appalled by the attack and deploying additional police to synagogues across the country. The Israeli Prime Minister's office also responding, calling the incident a barbaric terror attack.
And late today, authorities identifying that suspect and also announcing 3 more arrests in connection with the attack. In Washington, lawmakers remain deadlocked on day 2 of the government shutdown, and the Trump administration ramping up threats, saying the number of federal workers who could be fired is, quote, likely going to be in the thousands.
The president in a social media post said he was going to be looking at Democrat agencies. And I asked Caroline what departments, programs, agencies are on the table for consideration to be cut. And also, what did they mean by Democrat agencies? She did not get into specifics, but she did say that they're looking at agencies that, quote, don't align with the administration's values, that they feel are a waste of taxpayer dollars.
The Senate to take another stab at passing a funding bill tomorrow. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick calls Jeffrey Epstein the greatest blackmailer ever in an interview with the New York Post. ABC's Rena Roy has more.
Lutnick, who once lived next door to Epstein, told a New York Post podcast he believes Epstein may have traded alleged blackmail videos for a lesser prison sentence during his first criminal case in 2008.
I assume way back when they traded those videos in exchange for him getting that 18-month sentence.
He also described Epstein as, quote, gross.
You're listening to ABC News.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy. In 2011, I founded Wesley Financial Group with one goal in mind, to help honest folks out of their timeshares permanently. Today, I run Wesley with my 2 sons, a real family business, treating every client and every employee like we'd want our own family treated. That philosophy has helped us grow into the largest, most trusted timeshare cancellation company in the United States. Fortune magazine even recognized us as one of the best places to work.
Are you going
Why?
tomorrow?
because we genuinely care. In fact, some of our former clients were so moved by their experience working with us, they joined our team so they could help others to timeshare freedom. If you're stuck in a timeshare, give us a call. Let our family help your family.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit. 800-549-8866. 800-549-8866. 800-549-8866.
A New Jersey teen has been charged with murder in the hit-and-run deaths of two girls. ABC's Rhiannon Alley reports.
Prosecutors say 17-year-old Maria Neotis and Isabella Salas were struck by a black SUV just before 5:30 Monday night. The driver allegedly fled the scene but was later apprehended. It was originally reported to be a tragic hit-and-run accident, but 2 days later, authorities arresting a 17-year-old boy, charging him with 2 counts of first-degree murder for the deaths of the best friends.
Tesla reported a surprise increase in third-quarter sales.
The embattled electric car manufacturer saw a spike in sales as customers rushed to take advantage of an electric vehicle tax credit before it expired in September. Sales rose by 7%, with nearly 500,000 vehicles sold. Earlier this year, the company suffered 2 consecutive quarters of declining sales as some customers distanced themselves from the politics of the company's CEO, Elon Musk. Peter Haralambous, ABC News, New York.
24 Americans were on board an aid flotilla that was trying to deliver humanitarian aid to Gaza when it was intercepted by Israeli forces. The Israeli military is calling it a provocation, and organizers of the flotilla say there were about 443 people who may have been detained by the Israelis. In Rome, protesters chanting "Free, Free Palestine" while demonstrating against the detentions. On Wall Street, the Dow gaining 78 points today. Dave Packer, ABC News.
Offer not valid in all states or where prohibited by law. Loans are subject to lender approval. See website for details.
Honey, the credit card bill came, and we're maxed out.
Maxed out cards, rent is due. We just need some extra cash to help us get by.
Maybe we should go to 27cash.com.
With our bad credit?
27cash.com is one of the largest personal loan networks. They can help people with any type of credit get up to $5,000, and cash can hit our bank account as soon as tomorrow.
When you need extra cash, go to 27cash.com. That's 27cash.com. 27cash.com.
The information and views expressed on the following program are not necessarily the views of this station and Guarantee Media. Content is for entertainment purposes only.
Ralph Sellers, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep Ram presents the Let's Go Fishing Radio Show with Kevin Ford. Brought to you by Bowie Outfitters, Plaquemines Parish Tourism, the Propane Dealers of Louisiana by Campos Marina, St. Bernard Parish Tourism by Demco, CCA Louisiana, and the CCA Star Tournament, Okuma Fishing by Mallard Bay, Paloma Lake, Death Grip Jig Heads, Four Horsemen Courts by Miralure, the Chandelier Islander, Avid Boats, and by the Delta Marina. Now let's get you ready for the weekend in the outdoors with your host, Kevin Ford.
Hey, good evening and welcome to the Let's Go Fishing Radio Show. I am Kevin Ford. Glad you're with us on this Thursday evening. And for the last several weeks, we've been talking about how we've been lucky to have great weekends ahead to go fishing. And, of course, LSU's got an off weekend this weekend, so a lot of people don't have to worry about that. But guess what? The fishing is not going to be good this weekend because we are going to start getting some starting tomorrow morning and going all the way through Sunday. Not only is the chance of rain going to be up there, we are also going to be dealing with some extremely windy conditions, winds out of the east, 15 to 20 to sometimes 25 knots, which means by the time we get to Saturday morning, we're probably going to have tides that are going to be over the roads in some places. Might see a coastal flood watch in some places on the east-facing banks on the east side of the Mississippi River. So if you are going to go this weekend, the chances of rain are much more as you like. If you look in Baton Rouge or if you live in, away from the coast, you're going to notice your rain chances aren't as high as they are going to be on the coast. So the closer you get to the coast, the rainier it's going to get, and it's going to be really, really windy out there. So just keep that in mind if you are going to try to go fishing this weekend, because it certainly looks like this is one of those honeydew weekends, or get the tackle in order, or whatever you need to do. This may be the weekend to do it, but we are going to get some reports and find out what has been going on down on the coast and what are your best options this weekend if you are going to brave the elements and go out to fish. We'll take our first time out, and we'll get things started with Captain Lloyd Landry, Outcast Fishing Charters, and talk to Captain Lloyd first up as we get rolling on the Let's Go Fishing radio show here on Talk 107.3 in Baton Rouge.
Hey, Max!
We're looking good.
Yeah!
Buy your new Chevy the easy way.
Wow!
Ralph Sellers, Chrysler Dodge Jeep, Ram.
Whoa!
Ralph Sellers Chevrolet, Hyundai.
Yep.
Hey, Max here.
Hey, Max!
On road or off?
Wait, what?
We're saving you money.
That's right.
Our goal, sell you your car, truck, or SUV the easy way.
Yeah!
Oh, it's on at Ralph Sellers.
Right here.
Come walk our lot or go online.
Right now.
You're going to love this.
Ralph Sellers.
Plaquemines Parish, just south of New Orleans, is the premier fishing destination in the country. From bass in the Mississippi River Delta to redfish and speckled trout along the coast to yellowfin tuna and more offshore. Come fish North America's richest estuary. Plaquemines Parish boasts the South's best waterfowl hunting and is an ecotourism paradise. World-class marinas, abundant lodging along the banks of the Mississippi River, great restaurants, and the best licensed charter boat captains in the country are why we want you to visit Plaquemines Parish, where it's not just fishing, it's catching. Visit us at plaqueminsparishtourism.com.
Come to Shell Beach and hook a left at the bridge and see my friends at Campos Marina. They have what you need for your fishing trip and are located in the heart of the best fishing in St. Bernard Parish. And Campos' famous live shrimp come with a guarantee of catching fish or they're going to die trying. Our staff will help get you in and out of the water quickly, and they have lots of parking for your truck and trailer. Fuel, ice, and overnight accommodations are also available. Come to Shell Beach and let the Campo family help you have a fishing trip of a lifetime. Campos Marina since 1903. Call today at 504-239-6377.
Making memories is what the outdoors is about, and that's our specialty at Saltgrass Lodge in Buras, just 1 hour south of New Orleans. Spend a day with one of our 12 licensed captains catching reds or offshore fishing in the Gulf. Then enjoy some of the best local seafood and Cajun cuisine at our 4-story antebellum-style lodge on the banks of the Mississippi River. Sleep in comfort in one of our luxurious rooms overlooking the river, or relax in our pool and cabanas. Family and corporate packages are available. Book your adventure today at saltgrassoutdoors.com.
Did you hear that? That's the sound of a propane burner starting off another epic tailgate. I'm Miss Louisiana Gabrielle McLeod with some safety messages for your next trip to the ballpark. First, check the tailgating rules at your venue. Most stadiums have strict rules about when, where, and how to tailgate safely. Propane is almost always welcomed outdoors, so make sure your tank is full or bring a spare. For more tips, visit louisianapropane.com.
Talk 107.3 FM.
And welcome back to the Let's Go Fishing radio show here on Talk 107.3 in Baton Rouge on Facebook Live and also on the Let's Go Fishing TV YouTube page. We put it on YouTube as well, so you can check it out any way you would like. And right now, we're going to be joined by Captain Lloyd Landry, Outcast Fishing Charters. And Lloyd, once again, you're first tonight.
That's beautiful, Kevin. I can't thank you enough.
And I bet you're going to not rush to be the first person to the launch if you're fishing this weekend because the wind may blow your boat into the water.
Well, unfortunately, I'll be one of those poor souls that'll be out. I with my new gig, I fish every other Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and I'm booked. The people are coming. They don't care. They got rain suits. They're geared up and ready. And actually had boats fish all week for me. And, man, the guys actually did real well. And it was actually windy and nasty down there today. But they started out on the coast chasing bull reds with that north wind. And all the shorelines along the coast were nice and calm and actually did some sight fishing. And later on they had some thunderstorms pop up. But everyone did well. So fishing's still good. I'm excited. I've been off 2 weeks. I had a little trip. I went out of town, and I'm excited no matter what the weather's like tomorrow to go fishing. So, and my rednecks from Alabama are fired up as me. So we're gonna go out and give it our best. I know, like I said, the bull reds have been really good, and all week they actually caught some trout on their way in after fishing bull reds on the coast. So. A lot of small ones, a lot of white trout, but, been putting a box of fish together. So we'll give it heck. It's funny, in the last hour, I have had 2 old guys that have camps around my boat shed, and they texted me and said, Captain, long time no hear. And I'm like, yeah, I ain't talked to you since last year, since the trout were in Lake DeKalb.
Yeah.
And I swear to God, and both of them texts said, are the trout in Lake DeKalb yet? And I said, no,
Well, you knew
they're
that,
not.
You knew that was the question. I mean, you knew it
Dude,
was.
the second I saw Mr. Henry and the other man's name, I'm like, yep, I know what they're calling about. So I'm sitting here looking at our moon right now, and it's probably a little better than half. So everyone that's asking, I would say after this next full moon, they're close. They're knocking on the door. They're not consistent, but you can weed through a lot of small fish in Michon, Sister Lake, fishing your way out to the coast, and you can catch some trout. But you got to weed through a lot undersized ones. But they're coming. Man, we haven't had a real crazy weather event, so. Man, I'm telling you, it's going to be like a light switch. One good thing is there's eater reds been pretty consistent around the Dulac area. So, you got something to fall back on, and that's what we'll probably do the next 3 or 4 days, because the wind is going to be kicking. But, that wind stays out the north, and we just kind of dodge some rainstorms. We should be all right.
So it's actually supposed to go to the straight east. So
that's not bad, because the coast, if you look on the coast in Dulac, once you pass Cocodrie, it kind of makes a bend right there. So an east-northeast wind is good. We have a lot of protected area. Once you get that south and that west in, well, then it starts kicking our butts. So, but it's all right. We'll make something happen.
How high? Well, obviously the east side of the river is going to get some really high tides with that east wind. When you're going to have an east wind blowing consistently 15 to 20 in your area, how high does the water normally get?
We'll get some higher water, which will allow us to get up in the marsh. But I won't lie, I'm looking at that wind and I'm looking at the water getting high, and in my head, I'm thinking back to when I fished in the Beerus area, and I'm thinking storm menace.
Right.
The water gets high on that east side of that river, and it is like stealing. So I may take a good hour boat ride and head over towards 4 League Bay and the Chaflau River area and go take a peek, because with the east wind, man, you have so much protected shoreline there to fish. It gives you tons of opportunity. And, I'm fishing with a 4-horseman cork and a green hornet under popping cork. So, but I will have a bag of bait shrimp plus some Farm Bureau insurance,
Yeah, that is, definitely right now.
Especially with the weather the way it is. And look, if you want to fish crabs, the opportunity is all there, because those guys are wrecking them pretty good too.
People just need to, lower expectations for the weekend. And, if you're going to chase speckled trout, probably not going to be the best weekend to do it, but you could probably catch some small. I mean, if you hit an area, a pocket with, you're going to have moving water and everything. But if you hit one of those areas, if you find them, you're probably going to catch a lot of small ones. So I guess redfish is going to be the thing to do. What do you? So I mean, has anybody caught any small, or like any little fish showing up yet in Lake DeKalb, or just nothing at all?
I know a couple guys that said they caught a couple trout here and there. There's been some birds working around Lake DeKalb, shrimp and a bunch of minnows everywhere. And a couple guys told me they caught a couple little bitty small trout. So that's why I say they're knocking on the door. But I mean, you make your way to the Rackasee, Jug Lake, Lost Lake, Michon, all those. If you fish hard, you'll catch a little mess of keeper trout with a lot of small ones. So, it's freaking amazing how they just kind of like vanish like a fly in the wind for a month and a half, and then they show up, and everyone and their grandma can catch them on a bare hook in their pinky toe. So it's just amazing how those fish transition. But it's the time of the year. But I swear to God, when I saw those two old men's phone number, I freaking knew it was October, and that's what they were calling about.
Yeah, and we really haven't had, normally in September it could be hot, but normally at some point by this time we've had like a significant type front, where it may cool,
right.
and where the winds would blow the water out. But the one or two little fronts we've had, it's cooled off a little bit. It's gotten a little drier, but we never had a stiff north wind blowing the water, blowing the shrimp out. Those shrimp are still on the inside. They're everywhere. They're everywhere.
The guys with the porpieres aren't catching them as good. I actually texted one of those guys that I get shrimp from down by my camp, and I was like, hey, this front comes through and you smash them, let me know, because those are the best shrimp to eat, those shrimp coming out of our interior marshes. But it's about to happen. It's just watch the weather and bring you some dead shrimp and be patient.
Yeah, it's gonna, and like you said, when it happens, it's going to happen. It's going to be, all of a sudden, hey, I fished here yesterday, didn't catch anything, and then the next day you're gonna catch some fish. So what, like if somebody's going to go fishing down there, what generally do they need to look for? This, we're going to be fishing with the east wind. I know you're going to head off to the west, but what's your best advice for what to look for and the spots to fish in with these conditions that we're going to have?
Well, all those lakes, once you leave the marina and you start heading out, man, just stay on that lee shore and you find some cleaner water or cleaner pockets of water or calmer water, man, the wind will help you just drift all the shorelines. But if you want to try to catch a trout, you need to throw away from the bank. You want to catch a redfish, throw to the bank. And that's such a hard thing to get people to do. But, with a consistent east wind for the next couple of days, the easterly shoreline of every interior bay should have some cleaner water, and that's going to be the key. Find some cleaner water. Yeah,
I think that's going to be the case. Are there any reds on the shorelines right now in Decatur? I mean, is anybody fishing in there on that east side?
Yeah, there actually are. So I got a couple guys that, they went fish bowls and then they came in and fished shoreline. So, and all three of the boats that fished for me all week, they caught limits of reds, and several of them caught them in Lake Decad, and the rest of them caught them in the Rackasee and in Jug Lake. So, and they don't throw. I had a customer who's like, man, Lord, we caught a limit of reds. I'm like, okay, what are you crying about? Well, they don't fish like you in 5. Yeah, we throw spoons or spinnerbaits or chatterbaits or just gulp in a cork or just plastic in a cork and, everybody's shrimp. I said, look, they got you to the finish line. Everybody went in with a limit of redfish. Be happy, especially when it's blowing 16 to 20 miles an hour.
You're not kidding. Well, folks want to get in touch with you and book a trip with Outcast Fishing Charters. How can we find you, brother?
Give us a call at 504-912-8291 or look us up on Facebook, Outcast Fishing Charters. I'm sorry it's loud. I'm at a United Way cook-off at St. Charles Parish, and Ryan Torrey is rocking on some old swamp pop. So we take care of a good cause over here right now, and I'll be back down to Bayou fishing in the morning.
All right, brother. Be safe out there, and we'll talk to you in a couple of weeks.
All right, buddy. Thanks.
All right, that's Captain Lloyd Landry, Outcast Fishing Charters. We'll take a time out. When we come back, we will visit with Robbie Campo down at Campo's Marina. So stay with us here on the Let's Go Fishing radio show on Talk 107.3 in Baton Rouge.
This is Don Dubuque asking you to join me as a member of the Coastal Conservation Association. For 30 years, CCA has worked in Louisiana to conserve our incredible fisheries, making sure that our fishing is great today and for generations to come. Whether looking out for redfish and specks, eliminating gill nets, building reefs across the coast, or work at the state capitol and in D.C., CCA is doing what's best for the fish and the sport we love so much. Your $30 membership will ensure that this work and our great fishing endures well into the future. Go to ccalouisiana.com and join CCA today.
Camp Connex, located in Shell Beach, provides luxurious accommodations, mere steps from the water's edge. The lodge boasts a fully equipped kitchen, 3 cozy bedrooms, a spacious living area, and an outdoor area with reliable Wi-Fi. Unwind on our inviting deck, where you can grill or boil your fresh catch in the outdoor cooking space. For boat owners, Camp Connex offers a nearby boat slip just a short walk from the lodge. Whether you're planning a family weekend escape or a corporate retreat, we warmly welcome both groups. Situated within view of Campo's Marina, the lodge is perfectly positioned near some of Louisiana's finest inshore saltwater fishing. To learn more, check out campconnex.com. That's CONEX.com.
Delta Marina in Empire is back and better than ever. We have everything you need for your next fishing trip. The cabins have been completely renovated, and you can keep your boat on the water at night. The store is stocked with fishing tackle, drinks, beer, ice, and snacks, and live shrimp are available daily. Delta Marina has on-the-water gas and diesel and features a double-wide back-down and plenty of parking for your truck and trailer. And if you're hosting an event, Delta Marina has a covered pavilion for entertainment. Like us on Facebook or call 504-657-5116.
Joe's Bakery Baton Rouge is a family-owned micro bakery that specializes in cupcakes, pies, and specialty items including vanilla cheesecake, brownies, and their signature pecan pie bars. Joe's Bakery strives to bring you the best from scratch, homemade desserts made with family recipes and quality ingredients. From birthdays to holidays, corporate events to just having a sweet tooth, Joe's Bakery can satisfy all your bakery needs. To see their full line of menu items and to place an order, visit joesbakerybr.com, where they're spreading happiness one bite at a time.
Talk 107.3 FM.
And welcome back to the Let's Go Fishing Radio Show. Robbie Campo, Campo's Marina, joining us. And Robbie, how are you, brother?
Kevin, doing great. Wish the wind would stop blowing, but for the weekend. But I think we're going to have a rather breezy weekend. What do you think?
I think it's going to be rather breezy. I think the water is going to be very high where you are. I think it's going to be a little rainy, and I think if you want to go fishing, you can probably catch some redfish, maybe some white trout, but you really have to want to go fishing.
You know, Kev, this weekend we are hosting Valero's fishing tournament. The Valero Refinery right here in Miro, but on the border of Chalmette and Miro's annual fishing rodeo down there this weekend. Actually, it's Friday and Saturday, but and it's too late to kind of postpone everything, so we got to roll with it. Whether it's good, bad, or whatever. So, but I fished Tuesday. I talked to you earlier. I fished Tuesday with Captain Giacomo. Went back up in the marshes behind Bayou Sioux, which is on the eastern shoreline of off of the eastern shoreline of Lake Bourne. Between there and that Stump Lagoon area up in that interior Biloxi Marsh, we did very well fishing redfish back up in those ponds. We fished the windy banks, but and if you're gonna fish, you're gonna be fishing. I think every bank's gonna be windy this weekend, Kevin. But
if you can see
very
it,
well.
If it's not covered with water,
if you could see it.
Yeah.
Exactly. If you could see it, but and I was looking through my Facebook post today, my Facebook today, and I saw Captain George Ricks fish today, and he did very well fishing trout. I have to believe that Captain Ricks, who is is one of the oldest charter fishermen that we have in our area. He's a well-seasoned dude. He knows what's going on, where to go at this time of the year, and what to do. So I think I don't think that he ran outside today because outside was out of the question. So that's telling me that some fish and the fish that he had on the table was very nice. I think these fish are starting to move in. I just don't think this weekend is going to be, this Saturday or Sunday. Now Sunday's supposed to be better than Saturday, but
not
I
much.
Don't think
it's supposed to go dead calm on Monday.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
I just don't think that it's going to be all that great for fishing. It's probably going to be a better football weekend than it will be for fishing.
Yes, and LSU's off, and probably thank God. The Saints are. I guess the Saints are playing.
Well, that's like.
Good Lord, are they terrible?
You might as well go fishing. You just as well go fishing if you're going to watch those guys.
Yes, I mean LSU's offense is offensive. The Saints are offensive, just period. Yeah, it's. But Tulane's doing well.
So what I think, well, at least somebody is. But what I think that your best bet for this weekend is going to be is maybe some dead-end pipelines, and there's plenty of those around. I think maybe fishing, in the Mr. Go, staying close to Shell Beach is probably going to be some of your options. White trout across the channel from Campo, so there's that, and some really nice croakers that's being mixed in with that. Also, I think that you could still put something together. Plenty white trout by the Hopedale Dam. You're not going to have any options here because it's just going to be that windy that that's going to make it where you don't want to be out in those elements.
Right, and the long rocks are not an option with that east wind either, I don't think.
No, Kevin, the long rocks is probably going to, especially if it's east northeast. You can't even get behind them where it would be kind of calm. It's just going to be it's not a good scenario nowhere around. And any kind of east wind kind of screws up the situation for, trying to fish up in that marsh, except for being in the interior part of behind Stump Lagoon or maybe Cut Off or Pete's Lagoon back there, or, somewhere in that pipeline area back, between the Orwell Canal, between Muscle Bay and Bayou Biloxi. So you're going to have to stay, around some mung bushes on some kind of ridges to get out of the wind.
Right. So that's going to be, that's going to be the key for this weekend. And by Sunday, Robbie, I guess, I don't know, by Sunday, if you are going, you may have a little bit of water on the dock, maybe a little bit. So, people may want to, dress accordingly and not bring their favorite tennis shoes with them because they may get a little bit wet.
Yeah, I would say that we're going to experience a little bit of water on the docks this coming up weekend. They're even saying that it may even get close to the highway, but I don't know that it's going to happen. But, Kevin, we have lost so much land down there in that Biloxi Marsh area. There's the land, with the islands gone and, so forth and so on. It only takes 8 to 10 hours, and we have water, lapping up on the edge of the Forest on Highway to get in.
Right.
I don't really believe that we're going to have that problem, but on the road, but it's going to be very, very close. I can promise you that.
Well, if folks have any questions, want to get in touch with you before they head down the road, tell us how we can find you.
You could call us at area code 504-239-6377, or you can call us at area code 504-239-5165.
All right, that is Robbie Campo, Campo's Marina. And Robbie, have a great weekend, buddy.
You too, buddy. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
All right. Robbie Campo down at Campo's Marina in Shell Beach in St. Bernard Parish. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we are going to talk to the fish intimidator himself, Captain Ron Price, fish intimidator guide service down in Plaquemines Parish. Coming up next on the Let's Go Fishing radio show here on Talk 107.3 in Baton Rouge.
Hey, Max.
We're looking good.
Yeah.
Buy your new Chevy the easy way.
Wow.
Ralph Sellers, Chrysler Dodge Jeep, Ram.
Whoa.
Ralph Sellers Chevrolet, Hyundai.
Yep.
Hey, Max here.
Hey, Max.
On road or off?
Wait, what?
We're saving you money.
That's right.
Our goal, sell you your car, truck, or SUV the easy way.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on at Ralph Sellers.
Right here.
Come walk our lot or go online.
Right now.
You're going to love this.
Ralph Sellers.
Just minutes from the Crescent City, St. Bernard is New Orleans' most historic neighbor. Savor our southern flair for cooking, from the freshest catch of the day to Louisiana's spicy Creole favorites. Experience our abundant fishing with some of the nation's most generous catch limits. In St. Bernard, you can stroll the fields of the Battle of New Orleans and relive the historic conflict. And there's always a party where festivals celebrate our unique spirit and culture. Discover St. Bernard and let history be your guide.
Joe's Bakery Baton Rouge is a family-owned micro bakery that specializes in cupcakes, pies, and specialty items including vanilla cheesecake, brownies, and their signature pecan pie bars. Joe's Bakery strives to bring you the best from scratch homemade desserts made with family recipes and quality ingredients. From birthdays to holidays, corporate events to just having a sweet tooth, Joe's Bakery can satisfy all your bakery needs. To see their full line of menu items and to place an order, visit joesbakerybr.com, where they're spreading happiness one bite at a time.
Making memories is what the outdoors is about, and that's our specialty at Saltgrass Lodge in Buras, just 1 hour south of New Orleans. Spend a day with one of our 12 licensed captains catching reds or offshore fishing in the Gulf. Then enjoy some of the best local seafood and Cajun cuisine at our 4-story antebellum-style lodge on the banks of the Mississippi River. Sleep in comfort in one of our luxurious rooms overlooking the river, or relax in our pool and cabanas. Family and corporate packages are available. Book your adventure today at saltgrassoutdoors.com.
Talk 107.3 FM.
And welcome back to the Let's Go Fishing radio show here on Talk 107.3 in Baton Rouge, here every Thursday from 6:05 to 7 p.m. Captain Ron Price, Fish Intimidator Guide Service, joining us now. Captain Ron, how are you before the gales of the easterly gales have they already started down in the Buras area?
Oh, is it blowing out there?
Oh, it's supposed to.
No, I'm kidding. It's not that bad yet. It's breezy this afternoon, but not impossible.
Well, buddy, it's been, I've been watching your reports and talking to folks, and the only bad news I can give right now is today's October 2nd, and we got to start throwing those flounder back October 15th. It looks like that flounder bite's off the chart down there.
Yeah, it's been incredible. It's kind of hard to believe they say there's a shortage, but we know how their shortages go, just looking at red snapper, so.
Yeah. Wasn't there, and I'm not sure about the flounder, but wasn't there thing, this is like built around the spawn or something? Is that kind of why they put it
Correct.
where they do? Okay. But it's amazing. Literally, I'm going to ask you this question. I was talking to some people, and we fished offshore a week and a half ago, and they said literally you can go to any of the passes, find a fallen cod, fish in a cut, and you're likely to catch a flounder. Is it that easy?
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. You got a sand flat, basically, that has a current coming over it is the main thing, and they're pretty much on all of them. Yeah,
and y'all been doing well with that. I mean, y'all have been just having an amazing summer and early fall here with the snapper as well, and that's a great after the redfish and flounder. That's a great thing to go do, catch red snapper. Not many places you can do that.
It's amazing because you go out anywhere in the Gulf and it seems like you can drop bait to the bottom and not even know where you're at. Just put bait on the bottom and reel snapper up.
It's been that. And y'all are normally fishing, 50, 60 feet when y'all go out and finally fish for the snapper? So, it's not like y'all are that deep, are you?
We're about 100, 109 feet.
Okay. All right.
Lately.
Every
single drop, you can go out there with a jigging spoon and just twitch the jigging spoon up and down and catch them. You don't even need bait.
Yeah, that's amazing. How would you rate this year's flounder and snapper season from what you've seen? It's always great when the river goes down, but is this special, or is this what it should be? Or
to me, everything as a whole is kind of almost off the charts. It's the best fishing I've seen in years. And when the trout start migrating in, I expect it to be like everything else, off the charts. It's going to be unbelievable.
What about the redfish? Have the redfish been real easy, or is this kind of, since we haven't had a lot of fronts yet, the redfish are kind of scattered out?
Yeah, I would say real easy, but they're easy.
Okay, yeah.
A lot of times when you find them, they're stacked up. Particularly the river system. If you get on them, usually they're not alone. They're a whole bunch of them. But
one thing that I tell people a lot of time, if they go fishing in Venice, and if you're really not familiar with the area, you have to be careful. But, one of the places this time of year where you could actually go catch fish, and Ron, correct me if I'm wrong, somebody can just get in the jump, go to the east side of the river, get along those rocks, especially this weekend with the east wind that's going to be blowing, and you control those rocks and you can catch some redfish and flounder right there. I mean, it's not like you have to go 15 miles to catch fish.
Correct. Yeah. Kind of cool thing about Venice on the river is low and green. If you get green water, no matter where you are, you can kind of be close to fish. Yeah. Redfish could literally be anywhere. Same thing with a flounder. I was catching good flounder extremely close to the marina today.
Oh yeah, I mean you can catch flounder like leaving Venice Marina. There's a little flat on the right hand side, and I mean that used to be a secret spot, but now there's like 15 people standing on the bank when the tide's falling. But I mean, literally right there, you can catch lots of flounder, and some of the biggest flounder that I've seen have come from that spot, believe it or not. And it's crazy with all the boat traffic in and out of there constantly that those flounder still hang out there.
Well, every canal or bayou cut or indentation off any of the passes will have a sand, a point off of it. So you just bounce around and hit all the places where the got sand points and flats with current coming over them. They're all suspect to having flounder.
What have you found to be the most successful bait catching the flounder right now?
I usually gulp shrimp, like a pearl white with a chartreuse tail, or I just cut like a 1-inch piece of a shrimp and chunk it out in a jig head.
Yeah,
that's to me as good as anything. But
yeah, and I tell you another thing that a secret that back when there was a bunch of flounder in Lake Pontchartrain, Captain Dudley used to take. He would be catching speckled trout. He'd cut a little piece off of the trout belly and put that on the hook because it would just stay there. And
I can see where that would work well.
And that worked well as well. Well, you know what the $1 million question is before I have to ask the $1 million question.
All right.
When are the speckled trout going to move inside? Everybody's asking the question right now because the river's green, but a green river doesn't mean the trout are going to move in right when it turns green. We got to get some cooler weather. So what are your thoughts about when we're going to start seeing that migration?
Well, you're going to see the best of it when you have to wear a hoodie or a light jacket when you pull out. When we get a nice little cool snap, that's when I think you're going to see the big migration. There are actually a bunch of them already in, and they're nice trout. The ones we're catching in the passes right now are 18, 19-inch trout already.
Wow.
Which is pretty good quality trout. And like you said, they're just not stacked up in one location. You're going to need some different weather to stack them up, but they're definitely moving in right now.
How close are they? How close are they to? And like you said, it's not big numbers, but are they close to the river? Or are they closer to the outer edge right now? I mean, are you starting to see a few of them getting close to that river?
Oh yeah, I've caught some in Cupid's Gap area recently, which is basically right off the river. And, good trout.
So it's definitely coming in. And I would imagine, dude, from everything we've seen, that if the river stays low and we stay away, if this thing stays low, it's going to be incrediable this year. I can't see any reason why it's not going to be amazing. I mean, can you? I mean, it's going
to be phenomenal. Well, thank God, because they talk about closing the snapper, so it'll give a customer something to do, besides redfish. Then, like you said, flounder will be closing before long, which is pretty depressing for the meat hunters.
Yeah, it's pretty depressing. What's really depressing is when you catch a real big one and, you're like thinking about, okay, I'm going to get some shrimp, I'm going to get some crab meat, and nope, you got to throw him back.
Oh, yeah. You ought to see my customers' faces when they reel in like 4-pound flounder and they smile, and I say, you want a picture with it? They're like, nope. And I toss it out the boat. They're like, what the hell did you do? I'm like, it's closed.
Yeah.
And,
it's closed.
Doesn't go over well.
I can tell you one thing. The flounder bite on November 28th is going to be off the charts. The flounder bite on December 1st, you're not going to be able to find one. I mean, tell me, isn't that always? I mean, I swear, you're going to catch them the last week in November, and then December 1st, they're like, oh, wait a minute, these jackasses are back here again, throwing bait at us. Yeah, no, we got to go. Yeah.
I will tell you, Ryan Lambert was a big believer in the full moon. The moon controls the trout coming in, so if nothing else, that next full moon will be your guaranteed trout on the inside.
Well, I do think there's some partial truth to that, but I think the cold weather is like the main emphasis of it. But I do think I think it's a combination. I think it's a combination. But I mean, look, you're down there every day. I would put more impetus into colder weather. I would say 60-40, 70-30. I'd rather see the colder weather come through. But definitely, I think that moon's going to do something. I mean, it does it in other parts of the state. So if people are going to head down this weekend, we're obviously going to have the east wind blowing. I gave my amateur spot of the Mississippi River on that east bank. What advice would you give people that are going to, it is going to be breezy, it's going to be some rain. What's the best advice you can give people fishing this weekend?
Just try to stay protected in the passes, out of the wind. and it passes near the cuts, points. Don't move around too fast. Spot lock in on something and give it some time. I would definitely get live bait, whenever you have the opportunity to get live shrimp. It never hurts to have live shrimp.
Right.
So stop at Weed at and get you some shrimp. And if you don't need it, fine, but it's better to have it and not need it,
Okay, and one more question. Like for the redfish, for the flounder right now, is it a situation where you're catching 2 or 3 at a time and then you're moving around a little bit? Or kind of what I'm asking is, if somebody catches a couple of fish, how long do they need to stay on those fish before they move along again? Is it once you find them, you're going to catch a limit, or are you going to have to move around a little bit to get your limit?
No, it definitely completely varies on spot to spot and day to day.
Okay.
You kind of get an idea when it fizzles out, and you also know when you're going to sit there and catch a limit. Because one thing about certain spots, they're kind of spots when the reds are on the kind of spots where it's every drop. It'll be every drop.
Yeah.
There's a certain point spots out there that'll hold big numbers. Like when you enter the river from the jump, the point right there. If the redfish are there, they're usually every drop. So right there through the jump. Anywhere in there, if they're there, they're really there.
Wow.
Kind of same thing with Cupid's Gap. If you get them in Cupid's Gap, they're probably piled up.
Yeah.
But,
that is it's Venice at its finest, and it's glad that, at least we've had I was tired of talking about the good old days, because I don't think a lot of people really remember the good old days and what the good old days were. But now we're starting to talk about, hey, this sounds sort of like the good old days again. And that's it
definitely is.
I mean, that is
to me, it's some of the best fishing I've seen in 20 years.
Yeah. And that goes back to the good old days before Katrina, when it was just, when all you had to do was go find a point in Blind Bay and have a green sparkle beetle under a popping cork and not even move it. And you had a 4-pound trout on your line. And it's like, good Lord, what the hell's...
We had some miserable fishing here after the oil spill.
Yeah.
And it might have just coincided with a few years of high rivers. But it's like you say, it's like the good old days right now. Venice is on the map right now.
It is on the map, and if you want to go down and fish with a great guy, lots of fun to fish with, give Captain Ron Price a call, Fish Intimidator. He's got great overnight accommodations, because I've been there. His lodge is fantastic. You want to go check that out as well, and you will have a lot of fun fishing in the boat. Tell good stories with Captain Ron Price. And Ron, I know you you can't curse when I say this, but I know you want to head up to Washington, D.C. right now and help the federal government. And, so we can pay anybody who is not a citizen here. We can get their health care taken care of. And I know you want to get up there and get this federal government back working again, because if there's something that you love, it's a big government. Just kidding.
Oh, you know that.
Just kidding, brother. Hey, tell everybody how they can look up your info and find you.
Well, they can go to fishintimidator.com. They can follow me on Facebook on either Ron Price or Fish Intimidator Facebook pages. Instagram's Fish Intimidator. But you can see what we've been catching on my Facebook page. It's been incredible, far back as you can look.
And it's going to be good all the way through December. So we appreciate it, brother. Look forward to stopping down and having a cold one with you next time we're down in Venice. And we'll talk to you soon, my friend.
Good hearing from you, buddy. You take care.
All right. That's Captain Ron Price, Fish Intimidator Guide Service. Take a quick break. Come back with much more right after this.
This is Don Dubuque asking you to join me as a member of the Coastal Conservation Association. For 30 years, CCA has worked in Louisiana to conserve our incredible fisheries, making sure that our fishing is great today and for generations to come. Whether looking out for redfish and specks, eliminating gill nets, building reefs across the coast, or work at the state capitol and in D.C., CCA is doing what's best for the fish and the sport we love so much. Your $30 membership will ensure that this work and our great fishing endures well into the future. Go to ccalouisiana.com and join CCA today.
Plaquemines Parish, just south of New Orleans, is the premier fishing destination in the country. From bass in the Mississippi River Delta to redfish and speckled trout along the coast to yellowfin tuna and more offshore. Come fish North America's richest estuary. Plaquemines Parish boasts the South's best waterfowl hunting and is an ecotourism paradise. World-class marinas, abundant lodging along the banks of the Mississippi River, great restaurants, and the best licensed charter boat captains in the country are why we want you to visit Plaquemines Parish, where it's not just fishing, it's catching. Visit us at plaqueminsparishtourism.com.
Camp Connex, located in Shell Beach, provides luxurious accommodations, mere steps from the water's edge. The lodge boasts a fully equipped kitchen, 3 cozy bedrooms, a spacious living area, and an outdoor area with reliable Wi-Fi. Unwind on our inviting deck, where you can grill or boil your fresh catch in the outdoor cooking space. For boat owners, Camp Connex offers a nearby boat slip just a short walk from the lodge. Whether you're planning a family weekend escape or a corporate retreat, we warmly welcome both groups. Situated within view of Campos Marina, the lodge is perfectly positioned near some of Louisiana's finest inshore saltwater fishing. To learn more, check out campconnex.com. That's CONEX.com.
Did you hear that? That's the sound of a propane burner starting off another epic tailgate. I'm Miss Louisiana Gabrielle McLeod with some safety messages for your next trip to the ballpark. First, check the tailgating rules at your venue. Most stadiums have strict rules about when, where, and how to tailgate safely. Propane is almost always welcomed outdoors, so make sure your tank is full or bring a spare. For more tips, visit louisianapropane.com.
Talk 107.3 FM.
And we're back on the Let's Go Fishing radio show on Talk 107.3 in Baton Rouge. And our final segment is going to be with our good buddy Dave Cavell, Freshwater Fishing Report, and football updates, because Dave is our source on LSU football on this show.
You know, not a whole lot of sources. Hey, save the best for last, right, Kevin? So.
Yes, save the best for last. Dave, how upset were you over the weekend? I mean, were you upset? Did you break a rod or anything like that? I mean, are you okay?
I actually did break a rod, almost shattered the TV, but it's all good. Hey, it happens, and when you can't run the ball a half a foot, then oh well. So let's get on to bigger things. Hey, shout out to my buddy Chris Clemens. Me and him going to fish the performance tournament this weekend out of Dry Runs.
I'm very proud of y'all.
Just met him a little while ago, and seems like a really nice guy, and probably going to be.
He's never been in a boat with you before?
Never been in a boat, especially in Chapel Isle Basin, so we'll see.
Who's driving?
Me.
Oh, crap. Does that guy have Xanax or Klonopin or anything?
Probably heart medicine plus some, but anyway.
Yeah, he needs to. He needs to get some anti-anxiety medicine.
That'd be all right.
Yeah, I still have nightmares from going in what the damn place we talked to Lloyd about.
Venice.
No, not Venice. In Dulac. Dulac.
Oh yeah. Ontario. That's right. Yeah. Lake Decay.
Well, yeah, Lake Decay. I don't know why we sat there and talked about that for 15 minutes, and I'm like, I'm coming up blank. But I'm old, Dave.
But we made a good show out of it. But,
we made a good show. You almost threw me out the boat.
All good. But hey, this past weekend, Kevin, we did have our state tournament. I didn't do too great. I didn't have a whole lot of shot anyway. But shout out to Jacob Williams, the guy from Lake Charles. He ran all the way from Dry Runs to back to Lake Charles to Lackasane, and pretty much beat everybody's brains in. And Doug McClung and Matt Noble and Corey Wheat and Mike Bush all did real good. My fishing partner, of course, Corey Wheat. And, but it didn't take a whole lot. There was a lot of fish being caught in Chapel Isle Basin this past weekend. The size was just kind of not there. I had my opportunities. Corey had a really good day. He had over 13 pounds, and on day one, but second day, just that north wind and that tide pulling out just really hurt him. But hey, he had a good tournament. Congrats to my best friend. So, but real quick, the accolade been biting in the Chapel Isle Basin this weekend. This past week, Kevin, the fish in Venice just went ballistic. They caught a lot of fish in Venice in all the passes, by all the drains. But for those that want to hear Debbie Downer, I mean, I would not go to Venice this weekend. I hate to say that. I mean, you can go down there and probably catch a few fish, but they're calling for coastal flooding and all that. Me and Logan Lattusa were talking about going there tomorrow, and we just were like, nah, let's just wait till, a week or two later. But so I think later in the middle of next week, and plus you have a really terrible tide. I mean, it's falling all day, but it's falling 1,000,000 miles an hour, just going to muddy the banks, and then you got that east wind blowing. So
yeah, I'm not sure how it's. It's going to slow down that. Yeah, it's going to be. It's going to turn into a mud hole down there.
It's going to. I mean, go if you want, and you'll catch a few fish because all the fish are in the passes. But you know, I don't have a big enough weight and a big enough rod to get 30 feet behind the canes right now. So
yeah, I can. I can believe that. Yeah, I think the thing people forget about Venice is when the river's down, the river's green, but they don't forget it's like every other place that even when the water's clean, if you have wind and tide, it can dirty that water. I think there's a perception that once the river turns green, it's going to be green no matter what. No, especially on the shorelines and the banks by the canes.
Yeah, so the shorelines will actually be crappy. You can get in the middle of the pass and be like, "This is gorgeous." Once you pull up by the bank, you be like, "It's terrible." So that's what's going to happen this weekend. Plus, like I said, it's just those fish can swim, and I mean, we can swim, but we can't swim through canes 30 feet back there. I mean, a bass and a flounder and a redfish, they're going to go to their protection, and that's where they're going to be. But so, really, I mean, I know a lot of people want to hear about where they can go this weekend, Kevin, and Henderson is still, you got to put on the west side over there in the Lafayette area, Butler Rose, but there's still clobbering them over there because it's kind of like shooting fish in a barrel. I mean, they're dropping the water over there, so everything's just in the middle of. I mean, they're just hanging off of sandbars and off of points, and they're catching and killing every species they can. The Lake Brett side has been pretty slow. They caught a few fish there this weekend. The catfish bite over there has slowed down too because the algae bloom in Lake Brett has kind of slowed that down. But False River has just been consistent. It's the water skiers, the jet skiers, and all that are off of the lake. So False River has had a few fish kind of getting in the flats, and they're going up a little bit, so they're catching them on traps and stuff out there. But really, the best place to go to do whatever you want and be kind of close to home has been the Chapelizod Basin. Now, although you're not going to go out there and catch a bunch of 3-pounders, you'll go out there and catch probably 7, 8, 10 bass, and if you want to bring you a sac-a-lait cork, and I mean, the sac-a-lait bite has just been fantastic, especially in that Bayou Pigeon area, Kevin.
Well, the other thing, too, is the further west you go in the state this weekend, the lighter, not to say that the winds are going to be light, but they will be lighter than they are. The further east you go, the windier it's going to get. The further west you go, the less windy it's going to get. The further inside, away from the Gulf you go, also it's the chance of rain decreases a little bit. So your chances of getting wet kind of go down a tiny bit, but still, it's not the perfect weekend to, if you had to handpick a weekend to go fishing, this wouldn't be it.
I think bass fishing wise in the Chapelizod Basin and Old River and False River, I think it's going to be awesome. But like, yeah, your marsh areas and things that are tidal dependent, they're just, I mean, I'd literally stay away. Bayou Black, Pearl River, over there in Chalmette, all that is just going to be just high and kind of stupid, and just just stay close to home. Tigers ain't playing, so they can't lose this weekend, thank God.
Dave, that's Dave. Dave, I mean, what would you tell the coach if the coach was listening to the show right now, and the coach couldn't pick me out of a crowd of 2, so he's not listening. Yep. But what would you tell him right now? Yeah, Dave, what would you say?
Throw a pair and just hit them in the mouth and go get it.
Dave, that's
quit all this.
Don't curse.
15 yards behind the center, and let's hand it off 15 yards back there like a punt, and get tackled 3 yards in the backfield. Get your butt under center. Put Jacob Hester right there behind the quarterback, and a big fast guy that can knock your lights out, and just let him go get it, because they have plenty of them. They just nobody knows about it because they are not doing it. So.
All right, Dave. That's I've heard better advice, I have to tell you, Dave. I mean, first of all, Hester was, he's out of eligibility.
Yeah, well, Pyburn was back there the other day, and they did it twice, and they killed him. So.
Well, yes, you gotta, but it's going to be okay, Dave. The sun will come out. The amazing thing that happened Sunday morning was the sun came out.
Yeah. Hey, and your Cubs are trying to screw it up real quick, right?
Oh no, wait, no, the Cubs are about to. I haven't my Cubs.
Your Cubs are just gave up a home run in the 8th or the 9th inning, and they're still winning, but they're the Cubs.
Wait, a 2-run shot or what?
There's a 1-run shot, but hey, here we go.
All right, it's the top of the ninth. Okay, it's the top of the 9th inning in the Cubs.
Yeah. Yeah, and he just clobbered that thing.
And you know what? I would have never been a Cubs fan in my life if it wouldn't have been for WGN on cable. I mean, I'm going to admit it.
Yep.
And Harry Carey, who was awesome.
Yeah. Between that and Channel and TBS, it was the golden years.
I didn't watch TBS because I didn't like that Turner guy. He was too he's too much of a socialist for me. No, I wasn't going to support that. That's why I didn't like the Braves.
Yeah. Well, hey, healthcare. We'll see how it goes, Kevin. You know I love it.
Yes. Oh, what? Yes. Yes. We'll see what the federal government does. And as long as we take care of anybody that's not a citizen in the U.S., half the country will be completely and utterly satisfied with that.
Absolutely.
Yes, because, yes, that's exactly what
my paycheck depends on it, and you know that.
I know that. I know it does, Dave. I know. Well, Dave, I want you to have a fantastic weekend with you and your new partner. Tell your new partner that if he needs any advice or
partner meaning friend, not partner meaning couple.
Right. You're bass fishing. You're right. Yes, Dave. I mean, good Lord. Dave, I thought I was the reason I'm the only show that has a disclaimer, and now you're going to get me another disclaimer. This is crazy. And so I need to get off. I need to get off the air before we do this. But tell your fishing partner, if that helps any better, God bless him, and I'll be praying for him. And take some Dramamine. And if he drinks the night before he goes fishing with you, he's a fool.
Just tell him to bring some Michelob Ultras. We'll have some fun.
All right, that's Dave Cavell with our freshwater report and one really bad, dumb football report. All right, so that's going to wrap it up for the show. Windy, wet this weekend. Go find something to do besides fish. That's my advice to you. And we hope to have y'all back again with us next Thursday, 6:05, 7 p.m. for the Let's Go Fishing radio show right here on Talk 107.3 in Baton Rouge. Thanks for your support, and we will see you back on the radio next Thursday, 6:05. God bless, and so long, everyone. I don't know if I ended
Talk 107.3 FM.
Protect your retirement. The Presley Group time, 7 o'clock.
WBRP Baker, Baton Rouge. WTGE HD2, Baton Rouge.